In this WEGOWW World War II video, we'll look at the organization of a German panzer division. We will also look at the shock capabilities of its subordinate units. Let's start by looking at the structure of the 16th Panzer Division. This division was formed on November 1, 1940, from the 16th Infantry Division. The division was assigned to Army Group South and participated in Operation Barbarossa in 1941 and Operation Blue in 1942. It was encircled and destroyed, along with the German 6th Army, in the Stalingrad pocket. The 16th Panzer Division consisted of a divisional headquarters, one panzer regiment with 3 tank battalions, 2 motorized infantry regiments, each with 2 battalions of infantry, an artillery regiment with 3 battalions of artillery, and division troops consisting of a reconnaissance battalion, an engineer battalion, and an anti-tank battalion. All of these subordinate units of 16th Panzer Division are considered to be shock-capable units. The only exception is the division headquarters. It is not a shock-capable unit. Other unit types that are not shock-capable are infantry, non-recce cavalry, ski troops, security, partisans, anti-aircraft, and heavy anti-aircraft units. There are 5 possible shock values. Shock value 4 is awarded exclusively to armor units. Shock value 2 is awarded to mechanized infantry, assault guns, and self-propelled anti-tank guns. Shock value 0 is assigned to motorized infantry, reconnaissance, artillery, combat engineer, and bridging engineer units. Shock value 0 and 1/2 is assigned to anti-tank units. Shock value 2 and E is awarded to heavy anti-tank units. Now, let's see how these shock values work. An armor unit with a shock value of 4 has the potential to shift the odds of an attack or a defense 4 shifts. For example, a 4-to-1 attack with 4 odds shifts to the right becomes an 8-to-1. If the armor unit is defending against a 4-to-1 attack, 4 shifts to the left would reduce the attack odds to 1-to-2. Similarly, a mechanized unit with a shock value of 2 has the potential to shift the odds of an attack or a defense by 2 shifts. Continuing with our previous example, a 4-to-1 attack becomes a 6-to-1. 2 shifts to the right. Or, if the mechanized unit was defending, a 4-to-1 defense would become a 2-to-1. 2 shifts to the left. Shock value 0 units do not shift the odds of a battle. When they attack or defend by themselves, they are treated as if they have no shock capabilities at all. However, if they participate in an attack or defense that involves shock value 4 armor units or shock value 2 mechanized units, their stacking points do not count in determining the shock value of the battle. In essence, shock value 0 units are shock neutral. They can enhance a shock-involved attack or defense by contributing their combat factors to the basic odds calculation for a battle. Their participation in the battle does not penalize the shock value calculation. Note: terrain and supply status both influence the effects of shock on a battle. But we'll save the discussion of these effects for another video. Now, let's look at how to stack shock-capable units together for the best battle effects. In our first example, each regiment of the 16th Panzer Division will attack a similar-sized Soviet infantry battalion. Each regiment will attack pure. In other words, the regiments are not task-organized. The Panzer Regiment attacks using normal supply, with 3 tank battalions. This gives us odds of 27-to-10, or 2.7-to-1, in the Germans' favor. Because all 3 attacking German units are shock value 4, they shift the combat odds by 4. The Soviet infantry battalion has no shock. Therefore, the final odds are shifted from 2.7-to-1 to 6.7-to-1 in the Germans' favor. The 79th Schutzen Regiment has 2 battalions. One is a mechanized infantry battalion with shock value 2. The other is a motorized infantry battalion with shock value 0. Again, this regiment will attack using normal supply. This gives us odds of 8-to-10, or 1-to-1.25, in the Soviets' favor. Because a side's final shock value is based on the highest shock value of any of its engaged unit, we use the shock value of the mechanized infantry battalion. So, the final odds are shifted from 1-to-1.25 to 2-to-1 in the Germans' favor. Finally, the 64th Schutzen Regiment also has 2 battalions. However, both are motorized infantry battalions with shock value 0. This regiment attacks using normal supply. The odds are 8 to 10, or 1 to 1.25, in the Soviets' favor. Because the highest shock value of the Germans is 0, there are no shifts for shock. Thus, the odds remain 1 to 1.25 in the Soviets' favor. Note: in these examples, the division troops are not included in order to keep the example simple. In Shock Part 2, we will discuss how to task organize the 16th Panzer Division to maximize the shock effects inherent to this organization.